Welcome to the first ever episode of Why They Rule, a pro wrestling project where we talk to our favorite content creators, wrestlers, and everybody in between about why their favorite wrestlers rule. Now, I was looking far and wide. I was trying to figure out who could I have on this first episode of Why They Rule, and I saw none other than the extremely talented, the extremely beloved, the popular. You've seen her on Peacock. You've seen her at New York Comic Con. You've seen her at wrestling shows. You've seen her on her own YouTube channel. You've seen her on Quizlemania. I think that's the thing that you guys do.
Yeah.
You've seen her on Church of Joshi. I mean, come on, everyone, give it up for Alex Queen of the Ring. Give it up, everybody. Wow.
Thank you.
The studio audience is home is very excited, very happy to have Alex here. I'm very happy. And Alex, who are you going to be talking about today for Why They Rule?
Talking about Shawn Michaels.
Wow, the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels. Now, if you've known Alex at all, if you know anything about her, you know that Shawn Michaels is her favorite wrestler. I mean, look at that jacket there. Look at that shirt. I mean, look at the earrings. Oh my God.
My goal coming onto this podcast was to look like the girls that are front row, like in the early 90s when he would come out and they would have like the glasses and everything.
Yeah.
That's my goal.
You have the glasses? The heart-shaped glasses? We got to get you some heart-shaped glasses.
I know. I have the zebra hat back there.
Yeah.
And then I have the fingerless red gloves.
Yeah, you gotta get some heart-shaped glasses, man.
I know.
Man.
If only the host of the show can get it for me.
Well, maybe, just maybe, we'll get into that later. I want to know, what was the first time that you ever saw Shawn Michaels? The first time that you remember seeing Shawn Michaels?
Okay, so the first time I saw Shawn Michaels was my first introduction to wrestling.
Okay.
And it was WrestleMania 12. I remember WrestleMania 12. Everyone was pretty hyped on the event, and my dad was going wild after they showed that O.J. Simpson chase for the Piper and Goldust match.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, okay, so this is like a cool event. This is a big event. And then my brother was super hyped on Bret Hart. And I was like, well, I had a sibling rivalry with my brother, so I had to root against him. I was like, so who's this guy? Who's his opponent? And it was Shawn Michaels.
So your love for Shawn Michaels started because you just wanted to be a petty sibling?
Yeah.
That's insane, bro.
Yeah. That's exactly how it started.
I never knew this. I've known you like Shawn Michaels for so long, but I never knew that it all started because you just wanted to be just a regular little sister. That's insane. Just a regular.
But like the pageantry of everything, just ziplining down, like it was stars in my eyes.
Absolutely, I get that. Especially WrestleMania 12, Shawn Michaels. That's like the peak right there. Wow,
so good,
unbelievable. Your brother's got good taste, because Bret Hart is great.
I don't know.
Some say he's better than Shawn. We're not going to get into that right now. Maybe later.
I made up for it like years later at New York Comic Con. Bret Hart was doing a signing. And I got an autograph Simpsons figure for my brother. So I guess I did.
And once again, Bret Hart was on The Simpsons. Shawn Michaels did not do that. There's only one wrestler that was on The Simpsons, and that's the Hitman.
Wasn't he on Baywatch?
Who cares about Baywatch? What is that? The Simpsons is still running, man.
Oh, whatever.
And The Rock was in the Baywatch movie, so that kind of usurps the whole thing.
Full circle with wrestling and media.
That's why they call me Paul Blart, because I'm on those segues.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So you talked about the pageantry. You talked about seeing WrestleMania 12. What was it about Shawn Michaels that makes him your favorite of all time, you think?
I mean, everything he did in the ring was just like mind blowing. Like he was the best. But I think it was just the way that he carried himself over the years. Granted, it was the 90s and I was a little too young to understand that it was cocky and just full of drugs. But like,
I think that makes it cooler, honestly. But
it does make it a lot cooler. But mostly it was just the pageantry. Like I feel like he was just an out of world character for me, especially back then when it was like the golden era, where there's not that many like good gear going on.
Yeah,
the gear was what like drove me the most.
Yeah.
And I mean, he was just like he was so good in the ring, and then when he came back for his Christian born again era, like that is probably the best he was ever in his ring and in his promos as well. So I don't know. I mean, it's hard to say why he's my favorite because the first introduction was the zip line with the white and gold gear.
I think that's all you really need to say. Like that's just
that's really it. just off from there, off to the races.
That makes sense. So do you prefer the later Shawn Michaels? Like, what's your favorite Shawn Michaels era? Because personally, like that 2016 return when they went to the Crown Jewel, I think that's at the tippy top.
Why are you like this? I want to enjoy my time with you on this podcast, and yet
I had to get one in, Alex. Come on. I like it. I watch that match all the time. He's awesome.
No. That is my least favorite match.
Oh, well, wait, hold on. That's a question for later. That's a question for later. What would you say is your favorite era, Shawn?
Okay, I have a separation. So my favorite era in terms of like the gear and his like je ne sais quoi was the 90s.
Absolutely.
But my favorite his in-ring work is definitely when he came back.
That's interesting.
Like, yeah, which is like Ruthless Aggression era. Because most of his best matches were there, in my opinion.
Would you now? I think there's a little bit of distinction too between like 02 to like 06 and then 07 to like 2012. Like, would you still say Ruthless Aggression over like the reality era or whatever you would call after the Ruthless Aggression era? Like when he's fighting Cena and Undertaker and like having these bangers on Raw, or like still like fighting Triple H in 02?
No, I think it was like when he was having the bangers like on Raw and Cena. Because when he was with DX, I mean, he was like the first himbo. Yeah, like he was such a himbo when he like came back to DX because, you know, he couldn't be raunchy or anything like that.
I mean, I think he was still a himbo.
Oh yeah. He was still a himbo, but like they just hammed it up way too much.
He was a Christian himbo.
Yeah, he was like a pure Christian himbo. Like even like the Survivor Series match where he super kicks. Who is it? I forget who he super kicks, but it's like
Mike Knox.
Yeah, he super kicks Mike Knox, and he's just like, "Who was that? Was he a part of that?"
Man. I don't know if it was somebody else. It was just rough. It's like that poor fella. Straight up super kicks, elimination over. Now, do you have any favorite matches from Shawn in like the 90s though?
I think it was Bad Blood. It was the In Your House Bad Blood because it was the first Hell in a Cell. It was him versus The Undertaker, and it was Kane's debut. So there was like so much going on, but he was like bad boy Shawn Michaels at that match because he was cursing up a storm during the entire match.
It's a legendary match, and it's bloody and it's brutal, and then you got all the stuff happening around it with Kane and just the cell in general. Yeah, it's fucking awesome.
And it's the height of DX too, where even like Rick Rude was with him, I think.
Yeah.
And it was like the first introduction of China. Like there were so many elements going into it, but that's like my hands down favorite. And from that, like I was terrified of Kane.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because, my God, I think best introduction.
I think I've told this story on like a podcast or something. Like when I used to play with the action figures, I used to love to do Undertaker versus Kane. But in my mind, wrestling was so real, I didn't let one of them lose because I was so afraid that they'd find out that I made them lose, that they'd come fuck me up. Like that was so they just every Undertaker vs. Kane match ended in a double count out, or it ended in like someone coming in and interrupting it because I was like, I just imagine Kane coming through my door and just fucking like chokeslamming me at all times.
Like, you would end it with a DQ, somebody like running in and interrupting it. Yeah. I would do the same thing because back at like I grew up with older brothers, so we had all the action figures and then we had the Titantrons.
Yeah, where like you put the yeah.
So we had that and we had the ring too. So like we were going at it, but I was the same way. They would always make whichever person lose. But when it was the Undertaker or Kane, I was petrified.
No, I know. Like, I know that some of the people that listen are very young. Back when we were kids, there was a Titantron set, which is what you call the big stage. And there were two strips of like metal or what, I don't know what it was. But the two strips of metal coincided with two metal things underneath your wrestler's toy boot. So you'd put the wrestler on top of the Tron and they'd play their music. It was like the coolest thing ever. Like, and it was like a short version of it, but like, I still don't know how they did it. It was the coolest thing ever. Like, yeah, it was awesome.
I think they used the same technology as like the hip clips. Do you remember the hip clips?
No.
No, you don't remember hip clips? I think
No.
they sold it at like McDonald's or something. I don't
There's
know.
still an age gap between us. We just had a lot of similar toys and action figures.
There is a huge
Yeah.
age gap between us.
Well, I didn't say
But
huge. See, I was just,
huge, major, so big, wide open.
I was gonna just say three, maybe 2 or 3 years. I am only 19 years old, so.
Oh man. Okay, next question.
So you got a lot of HBK merchandise. You got the Mick earrings. You got the T-shirt. Is that a vintage tee?
It is. It is a vintage tee.
They mix and oh wow, I didn't know he used that logo back then. Whoa, that's crazy. Wow. And then you got that's the jacket, right?
Yes. This jacket is insane. Hold on. I found this jacket.
Yeah, I remember the story that you told me. This is crazy.
Yeah.
Look at that. Jesus Christ, man. I think the only person I've ever seen with that jacket in person was Johnny Gargano. I don't know if it was that exact one.
I didn't know he owned this jacket.
It was a Shawn Michaels denim jacket. I'm not sure if it was that exact one, but like,
and it has the WWF.
Crazy.
And then
man.
it has the patch. Yeah.
That's insane. That is a.
Oh, wow.
I was gonna ask, what's your favorite piece of HBK merchandise that you own? And I think that might have to be it.
It might have to be this one, probably. Mm-hmm. But surprisingly, I'm going to text you a picture of it because it's hanging on my wall. My friend got me an autograph Shawn Michaels photo, and it's my favorite render, my favorite headshot that he's done, because I think this image is on the selection menu for WrestleMania Arcade.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It sure is. Yeah.
Yeah. So he signed it, and then my friend got it special, plaque for it. And then the back.
What the fuck? That's awesome.
I know. And then in the back, the authentic certificate is signed by Linda McMahon.
That's fucking insane. That's crazy. I didn't even. That nuts.
Is my favorite.
That's pretty sick. That's pretty tight. Wow. Have you never met Shawn Michaels?
I've never met him.
I think it's, I'm just saying, next time you go on the bump or something, they got to have like an Ellen DeGeneres thing where they just sit there. It's like, you've never met Shawn, and he just comes out from the corner. Like, you guys, it'd go viral. You'd get like the TikToks, the YouTubes, the social content, make the girl's dream come true,
if you want the most viral, wholesome thing ever, that's how you do it. I don't know if you've ever seen the talk show. What was the talk show? Jimmy Kimmel and Adam Scott, who was in Parks and Rec, went on, and he talked about how he wanted Mark Hamill to come to Mark Hamill comes.
Yeah, he's like, no,
yeah. That would be my reaction.
I feel like you would scream so much louder.
I'd be crying. I don't think I'd have anything left in me to scream, but I definitely would be crying.
That's true. Now, you've shown the 8x10, the autograph, you've shown the jacket, but is there a piece of Holy Grail merchandise that you would if you could have all the money in the world, if you could just find it, you'd just buy it in a second?
I don't know. Probably the glasses.
Yeah. Okay. That's what I was thinking too.
Yeah, maybe the glasses.
I think you could get some glasses, man. They're just hard glasses, They're
hard to find. Some of it, mint glasses though, that are not scratched up, are $100, and it's just
no. You gotta get the cheap ones. Just get some hard glasses, man. Just some regular old red hard glasses. Abdullah had a pair.
What do you mean oh yeah, he did have a pair.
Yeah, exactly. You just get a regular pair of red hard glasses. They make a ton of them, man.
Yeah, but they have his signature on the bottom.
Those are crazy.
And
I can't believe they never remade them.
I can't believe so either.
That and
the Valentine's Day.
Yeah, the hat that you have back there. I can't believe they never made those again. Those are fucking so sick. Now, Shawn Michaels has been in a lot of tag teams. He's been in a lot of stables, from the Rockers to DX to even a tag team with John Cena. What is your favorite Shawn Michaels tag team?
Him with Stone Cold Steve Austin.
That's a good one.
That's a good one. Just from that picture of Lone when they have the title.
Yeah, that's a good picture, man.
Picture ever.
That's a good picture. It's two goats right there, I forgot about that one.
Yeah, and they were tag champs at that, but then he had to vacate it, and then if he'd never vacated, we never would have got Dude Love.
Yeah, that is true. Then you got Stone Cold and Dude Love. That's pretty true. Wow.
Yep.
That'd been a crazy course of history. Now, is there a Shawn Michaels dream match from anyone in the past, that might not wrestle anymore, from maybe 2015 back, that you wish you gotten?
I mean, I wish we would have got him versus Eddie.
Okay, right. That's
Yeah,
my
that is
answer
like
is always The Rock.
yeah, that would be
It's
a good one too.
like Shawn Michaels in like maybe '03, like him versus Hollywood Rock. I feel like would have been crazy, but also Eddie, man, that would have been that's such a good match right there. Both of those matches are.
I feel like Eddie would have been the good technical like mid card match that was a sleeper
Yeah,
at like during WrestleMania, and then
absolutely.
him versus Rock would have been the big money match
Yeah, that would
just
have been
from
like the
like
main of. That's just like 2 stars. Like that's just.
yeah,
It's crazy that
definitely.
we got Rock and Eddie and not Shawn and Rock or Shawn and Eddie. Like it's kind of nuts.
Yeah, that's true.
I feel
That's
like
true.
I
I
feel
mean, they crossed paths when they were because when he was still around like 98 and
they
it was with like DX and the Authority or whatever, and The Rock was with the Authority. Like he showed up, but they never
and like the
did
first
anything.
episode of SmackDown, I think it's like Rock versus Triple H for the world title, and Shawn Michaels. I think Shawn screws him. I think Shawn super kicks him when he and pins him. And I was like, damn man, I wish that just had one more match right there, or just even later down the road, it would have been fucking awesome. It would have been just so good.
That's when he had the referee short shorts.
Yeah, the referee short shorts, man, so good, dude. God, what a
Oh, good.
guy! What a guy! That is a man. They don't make him like that no more, man. They do not make
Yeah,
it like that.
they really
I
don't.
don't even know if they make shorts like that. That was a 3-inch inseam. It was like, it was pretty insane, dude. Do you have any dream matches from anyone current right now that like still wrestles?
If I had a time machine, I would take 96 Shawn Michaels and against cleaner Kenny Omega.
Wow. Okay.
I want to see that matchup.
Man, that would go pretty fucking crazy.
Yeah.
That would be
But
pretty.
even like, I think Kenny Omega's stuff now would pair up better with his like O2 run.
Mm-hmm. I agree. I could see that.
Yeah.
I can see that. I think obviously for a lot of people, the answer would be like Adam Cole too, like because there's just so many parallels between the two.
Yeah. That would be an insane matchup.
Yeah,
That would be like Spider-Man versus Spider-Man. Like
yeah,
that
pretty
Spider-Man.
much. Yeah. So we got a little bit of a Shawn Michaels trivia question quickfire around here. And Alex, if you win this, if you get all these questions right, you will have the chance to win a very, very rare WWE Shawn Michaels Deluxe Edition Classic Superstar, online only, ringside collectibles exclusive, valued at over $1,000. This is a white action figure with 5 of his gold belts. This is an incredible deal. All you have to do is answer these 5 questions. Are you ready?
Sweet. No pressure. Yeah.
Number 1. Shawn Michaels was in one of the best tag teams of all time, the Rockers. What was his tag team partner's name?
Oh, Marty Jannetty.
Ah, very good. Number 2. What was Shawn Michaels' first televised title win in the WWE?
First televised win in WWE.
Title win.
Well, he won the tag, but then they stripped it, right?
Yes.
So then I think it was Intercontinental, right?
Yes, absolutely. Indeed. Yeah. Wow, look at that. That was a trick question there. Question number 3. At what pay-per-view did Shawn Michaels win his first world championship? His
first world championship?
Yeah.
Oh, it was WrestleMania 12.
Yes, that's correct.
Yeah.
Number 4. Who was Shawn Michaels' longtime female valet in the early 1990s? I wouldn't say long time, but you know.
Oh, Sensational Sherry.
Absolutely. And the final question for you to win this incredible prize. Shawn Michaels has 3 siblings. What are their names?
Man, I don't even know. I think he has. Does he have 2 brothers and a sister?
Yeah, he sure does.
Okay, he has 2 brothers and a sister. I think. I want to say like his sister's name starts with an M. No. Okay.
You got any final guesses? You can just throw any names out there, you know.
I want to say Jeremy, Angela, and Jasper.
That is completely incorrect. You were so very close. 4 out of 5 questions. You were so incredibly close to winning this prize. Man, you're so close. But I'm proud of you for playing anyway. You know what a Shawn Michaels fan you are. You were very close.
Listen, I should still win for getting the 2 brothers and 1 sister.
That's not the. I don't make the rules. You know, I don't make the rules. It's very unfortunate. Speaking of having a lot of brothers and sisters, I think it's time for you to say something nice about one of Shawn Michaels' most storied opponents, one of his biggest rivalries of all time, the man that is from one of the most famous families in wrestling, Bret the Hitman Hart. So, Alex, as a huge Shawn Michaels fan, what is Bret Hart better than Shawn Michaels at? And you got to be nice, you know? Can't say any of that butt kissing. You can't say any rude things like that. You know, Bret might see this.
He's good at art. He's good at painting.
He is good at drawing. Wow, yeah, that's true. What about in the ring? What about in the squared circle?
He's good at carrying other people.
Wow. So would you say he's better than Shawn Michaels at carrying people in the ring?
Well, here's the thing is that most of Shawn Michaels' opponents, he didn't really need to carry them because they were good and within his level, I guess. But with Bret Hart, he was always paired up with just awful people because maybe there's just a legitimate reason as to why Bret Hart was paired up with awful people. I don't know.
Bret was paired with Shawn pretty often. So are you saying that Shawn is awful? Are you saying that Bret is better than Shawn? He had to carry Shawn?
No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that maybe, just maybe, Vince tried to give him a chance.
This is seeming pretty negative to me.
I don't know.
I don't know. I need to hear you say Bret Hart is better than Shawn Michaels at blank in the ring.
I feel like legally I cannot say anything positive about Bret Hart this week because this week was the Montreal Screwjob. It was like 24 years.
I think he actually deserves it. I think he deserves something nice, you know? Like a little present.
I said one thing. You said one thing. It didn't have to be in the ring.
Next time I'll clarify. Next time.
It's good with art.
Okay.
That's it.
Now, I know you have a video ranking your favorite Shawn Michaels attire over on your great YouTube channel, Queen of the Ring. This video was released in last year, and you've ranked your favorites, and the WrestleMania 12 with the white and gold is at the top of your list. What are some of your least favorite Shawn Michaels attires that he's worn? And you can't say the brown Elimination Chamber gear.
That's not on my list because that's not my least favorite.
I don't think it's bad at all, honestly.
Because here's the thing. In his book, Heartbreak and Triumph, he talks about how the gear wasn't ready. And when he was backstage, Stephanie McMahon and Triple H were like ribbing him the whole time about it. So he's self-aware. And now he knows brown isn't his color.
I like it.
But he did win a championship that night. And wasn't that the first Elimination Chamber too?
I think so. It was first or second.
There you go.
I think the first one was in 2002. I think that one was in 2003. I don't know, but first or second. But what are some of your least favorite Shawn Michaels attires, if you have any? Honestly,
the only one that comes to mind is I don't know if I think it's 25 or maybe it's 27 when he retired, but he wore these he had the chaps on, right? So like his newer gear.
Are you talking about the brown pants?
It was like brown pants and then white in the middle, and it looked like he was wearing a diaper.
Oh my God, that's such a good gear. What?
No.
Oh man, that's crazy.
No, the entrance gear was good because that's when he came out with like the white hat and the coat against Undertaker. Yeah. He had that entrance, but no, it straight up looks like he's wearing a diaper.
That's insane because I think that was the retirement match. And so every year that he was in like the wrestling games after, that's the only gear they put him in for like the longest time. It was just the white and brown. I was like, okay, this is getting kind of tired, guys.
There's a reason why I never played the games.
You're not missing out on much of anything. Now, everyone knows that Shawn Michaels has a legendary theme song, Sexy Boy, originally sung by Jimmy Hart, Shawn Michaels himself, and then Sensational Sherry. If you could replace HBK's Sexy Boy theme song with any real song, what would it be?
It's got to be something like real sexy.
I think so.
Like something like, I don't know.
Shawn Michaels coming out to Usher?
What if Shawn comes out to Pony?
That would be crazy. Oh my God, that would be so nuts. I think he's got to slow his entrance down a little bit, but Shawn Michaels coming out to Pony would be fucking nuts.
Right, but it's like it's a striptease. So like how he's like stripping in the ring from like the jacket and everything and the hat is how he comes out.
That's crazy. That's a great answer. Yeah, like 98, 99 Shawn just straight up. Yeah, that's a good freaking answer. Now, before we get into you saying why Shawn Michaels rules, do you have a least favorite Shawn Michaels? I forgot that we already went through this earlier by accident, but just let me know about your least favorite Shawn Michaels match.
It was the Crown Jewel match when he was cosplaying Nick Gage.
I don't remember that. Can you tell me more about it?
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's get into it. In this industry, when people retire, they don't retire.
Right.
They always somehow come back.
Precisely.
And he has prided himself into not being one of those wrestlers, right? He retired. The next year, he was inducted into the Hall of Fame, and then he went away. And then he eventually came back for NXT and became executive producer, and he's doing a phenomenal job with that. And even like Kevin Owens has said that he'll eventually, like whenever he finds out Shawn Michaels is doing a class, he'll go. Like he'll drop everything and just go. And he's like such a great help. He's helping his other, boy toy, Triple H, right?
Okay.
And then with Crown Jewel, it was just all about the money. And that's what...
Oh, hold on. Wait a minute.
I mean, it was all about the money, man.
Wait a minute.
Come
Are you
on.
sitting here trying to tell me that World Wrestling Entertainment's ventures into Saudi Arabia are not to benefit the fans or the people over there, but you're trying to say it's purely for money?
Yeah, I am. It sucked, dude. That match sucked so hard. Like everyone got hurt during that match. He was not ready. I don't think maybe he like had enough time to get back into the ring to get rid of the ring rust because he got rid of it that night. And it was just like it was such an awful decision. And it just put such a sour taste into his whole retirement because
really
he came back and it was just like, it was such a bad taste because that was the one thing that like I respected. I mean, obviously I respect him so much, but I respected his retirement because, he went away and he went back to his family. He did like a few TV shows and this and that, paying the bills, but he never came back. And then he did come back to help like the younger talent out. And then I don't know who made the decision to be like, hey, Shawn, you want to be a part of this whole money grab thing, whatever. I've watched the match once.
Yeah.
And I cried.
I say I've watched that. I think I've only watched it too. I think I've only watched it once too. I can't really do it. I think I just remember Kane like getting his mask punched off and then covering his face like we didn't know what he looked like.
That whole match. Dude, that whole match was just like an episode of Botchamania.
I think when it came out, I think Matthew straight up dedicated an entire at least 5 minutes to it. It was like insane. It was wild.
It was so bad, dude. Like, if that match never happened, I probably would say him versus Sid. Psycho Sid.
Yeah.
But damn, does that match take the cake? That's probably my least favorite match just ever.
Wow, man, that's pretty awesome. That your least favorite match ever has your favorite wrestler in it. That's fucking tight. That's
hey man, I know how to hold my favorites accountable.
That's versatility right there, and you know what? I'm proud of you for that. Now, do you have a favorite Shawn Michaels match?
I mean, yeah, it's the one that we're going to watch.
Oh, wow. What a good segue that is.
Wow.
That's right. As a bonus content available on Patreon and other platforms, maybe down the line, you can watch me and Alex watch her favorite match featuring Triple H at SummerSlam 2002. And what a heater of a match it is. I haven't watched this match in a really long time, actually. It's been a long ass time since I've seen this match. Jesus Christ. In a few sentences, why does Shawn Michaels rule? If there's someone out there that's not familiar with the Heartbreak Kid, if they don't know, why he's so great, why you love him so much. If they're new to wrestling, just tell them why Shawn Michaels is the guy.
Okay. Shawn Michaels is the guy because he has changed so much about wrestling. He was one of the first, like, few little guys back in the day that got that, like, main title exposure, right? As aside from Bret Hart. And he influenced so many wrestlers that we know and love today. I personally think Shawn Michaels doesn't get enough credit for how much he's actually changed the industry. Because, first of all, he started a tradition with the white gear, having white gear when it comes to a championship match, especially at WrestleMania. He broke kayfabe with the curtain call. He blurred the lines between real life and story with the Montreal Screwjob. And then when he came back, I think he did.
I don't think you give him credit.
I think he did. I'm going to give him credit for it.
Okay.
I'm going to give him credit for it.
Yeah, Bret Hart Summer not happy watching this episode.
It's okay. He's great. He's great. Like, everything about him, just with his in-ring work, his mic skills, and even just, like, his presence in the ring, like, between every single moveset, like, he's still selling every little thing about that story. He's a really great storyteller. And there's so many people that have, like, their favorite matches where he has some kind of involvement with it. And he's just my sexy boy, you know?
Wow. Well, Alex, thank you for joining me. Thank you for being the first, and thank you for talking about your love for Shawn Michaels. Tell the people where they can find you, who you are, all that good stuff. I don't know when this is coming out, so I don't know if you got anything upcoming or not, but hey.
You can find me at Queen of the Ring with 2 G's on Twitter. You can find me there.
Yeah,
Queen
2
of the
G's
Ring
is
Wrestling.
very important. I didn't realize that until like a year and a half ago.
The 2 G's is very important because I couldn't get the rights to the regular Queen of the Ring, which is,
disgusting.
It is what it is. It is what it is. I know. You can find me on YouTube, Queen of the Ring Wrestling there. Twitch.tv/Queen of the Ring. We watch wrestling there and Total Divas and all that good stuff. So many things. Church of Joshi, you can follow us there if you want to find out more about Joshi, if you want to get into it a little bit more. We watch Joshi Wrestling every Sunday, 12 p.m. Eastern Time. You can follow us on Church of Joshi everywhere on Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube as well. And there's so many things that I can't say yet. Yeah, I think that's about it.
Okay. Well, now if you're watching this in a few months, maybe weeks, who knows, and maybe you've seen one of those things you can't say yet, That's what we call in the industry an Easter egg. Well, Alex, thank you for joining us. Very much appreciated. And let us know who you want to hear talk about their favorite wrestler. Look at that figure, man. You could have had the deluxe. You could have had that $1,000 deluxe figure, Alex. All you need to know is that Shawn Michaels
just get me the glasses.
Had two brothers named Randy and Scott and a sister named Sherry.
Oh my God, like sensational Sherry. Oh gosh.
Or Sherry. I don't know how to pronounce it, but
It's okay. You could just make up for it. Get me the glasses and also get me the Playgirl issue, okay? Thanks.
I don't know where to find that, but Anyway, thanks, Alex.